What's good, Kings? Haven't made a video in what feels like forever. I just want to get some thoughts out. I think one thing I can say is when I when I start to see like my eyes looking more pure, I guess, and I catch myself kind of in awe. Like I look in the mirror and I don't recognize myself in a way, or I think to myself, oh, my eyes look pure. I think in hindsight, it's kind of like arrogance because I catch myself. This is gonna sound so arrogant, bro, but sometimes I catch myself like just staring at my own eyes, bro, and I think that shows that I lack humility in a way because it's like the same way of thinking that like, oh, who's looking at me. But yeah, so I'm trying to stop, like, when it does happen, when my eyes look pure or whatever. I need to stop looking in the mirror, or like trying to like gauge how pure or impure my eyes look. um I think, and also like just like wondering how my aura or whatever is being, or my energy is like being perceived by others, because sometimes people do treat you better, or for me, like sometimes people do treat me better on this journey, or like when you catch somebody looking at you in awe, it can get to, well, for me, it can get to my head sometimes. It can make me think like exalting myself instead of like humbling myself. Also, another thing that's been happening on my journey is like having experiencing the humility to know that like my intuition, I suppose, is not always correct. Like I applied for like a job like 8 months ago and I just got rejected. I had like a sliver of hope, thinking that I would get this job, but it didn't happen. And I knew the odds were against me, but I I really believe that I could get it, even though it was like less than 10%. I thought that I would be able to, but I was wrong. And but there's also, half the times I'm wrong and half the times I'm right. Like, um, it hurts more when I when I just feel it in my gut that I'm right, but I give people like the benefit of the doubt, and um, like at work, I kind of like I try to be nice to somebody, but they ended up just being disrespectful. It's kind of like I try to take the high road and I try to be like loving the way Jesus commands us to, but in the end, it just shows me once again why I don't want to um, be friendly with people all the time. Um, it's just difficult, bro, because sometimes, like, for me, like, when I'm retaining, I feel sensitive to people's energies. So, like, I don't like it when people get too close to me, and it just makes me feel like uh, almost like disgusted in a way with people's energies. And I hope that doesn't sound I hope that doesn't sound negative. It's just what I'm experiencing. And so it's just hard to know whether I'm truly like, is that right of me to be like, oh, I don't want you to get too close. But at the same time, God or Jesus commanded us to love one another and to like even bless those who persecute you, even to like, to love your enemies and to like even feed them and like give them if they ask anything of you, you know. But it's just so difficult, bro, because man, it's just a hard teaching. Like the more I learn about the Word of God, the Bible, it's so hard to like to be like a real Christian, bro. It's like to have the humility to like be truly obedient to, and not only moral instruction, but to obey like prophecy and fulfillment, and to like be a true humble believer, and looking at the entirety of the Bible as opposed to just cherry picking verses. uh it's it's very difficult, bro. Like so many times I've I thought that like I was being a good believer, or I thought like, oh, I'm a true Christian. In actuality, I was arrogant, dude. I felt like holier than thou. I felt like puffed up from the knowledge. And even when I try sharing verses with people at work. I've had this one coworker, like he basically just like disrespected me and like called me a hypocrite, um, and I felt really triggered, honestly, because like being a hypocrite or being a hypocritical Christian, I used to judge those people, because when I was an atheist, I hate. I told myself that I hated people who claim to be Christian, but they don't listen to the Bible. And so it triggered me, bro, because although I tried to like bring people to this Bible study, I tried sharing this treasure. It proved that verse of don't cast your pearls before swine, lest they trample them under their feet and turn and tear you to pieces. And honestly, that's what it felt like. And it's just hard to forgive people. It's hard to forgive myself. It's hard to love myself. It's hard to love others, bro. Uh, yeah, I don't know what else to say.